In a faraway kingdom, a beautiful young princess named Snow White, she lived happily with her father, the king. She had a stepmother. Her stepmother always ignored Snow White. Snow White tried to play with her new stepmother, but her stepmother always rejected her, leaving her feeling hurt and alone.
Mother, can you play with me?
Go away!
The queen had a magic mirror in her bedroom. When she was alone, she talked to the mirror.
Magic mirror, who is the fairest of them all?
My queen, you are the fairest one of all in the kingdom.
The queen was overjoyed to hear this answer. A few years later, Snow White grew up. She became a petty and beautiful lady. She often walked through the village, played with children, gave food to poor people. Everyone loved the princess. The stepmother didn't like that Snow White was loved by everyone, and she didn't like her beauty either. One day, the queen talked to the mirror.
Am I the most beautiful woman in the kingdom?
My queen, you are the beautiful one of all. But now there is someone more beautiful.
Who is she?
Snow White is more beautiful than you.
The stepmother was filled with anger and jealousy.
Everyone said Snow White is pretty and perfect. They will stop saying it soon.
That night, the queen met the hitman in the secret place of village. She ordered the hitman to do something.
Take Snow White deep into the forest and kill her.
Got it.
At dawn the next day, the hitman rushed to Snow White, explaining that someone was in grave danger in the forest and pleading with her to join him in their rescue.
Hey, does anyone help me?
What's matter?
Snow White, feeling worried, followed the hitman deep into the forest.
Hello, who needs help?
Suddenly, the hitman pulled out his knife and approached Snow White. Snow White was shocked and said,
Why are you doing this to me?
Sorry, princess. The queen has ordered me to kill you. But I cannot do this. Run and never return.
Snow White ran into the forest, trying to get away. When Snow White went deeper into the forest, the air was filled with the sounds of wild beasts, creating a terrifying atmosphere. Snow White ran as fast as she could, her heart pounding with fear. A short time later, Snow White found herself surrounded by animals. As Snow White travels deeper into the forest, she discovered an exit. She found a little house after she walked out of the forest.
Oh, what a lovely little house.
Snow White walked to the little house.
Hello? Is anybody home?
No one answered, so Snow White carefully went into the cottage. She saw a bed that looked very comfortable. Snow White was very tired, so she lay down and fell asleep. At that moment, the 7 dwarfs emerged from the mine. Upon reaching their cottage, the dwarfs noticed that the front door was standing open.
Hold on. The door is open. That's unusual.
The dwarfs cautiously entered the cottage and found a girl asleep in their bed.
Who's that sleeping in my bed?
She's so beautiful. What should we do?
The next day morning, Snow White awoke.
Where am I? Who are you?
Don't worry. You're safe now. We found you in our cottage.
Snow White gazed at the 7 dwarfs, her eyes full of curiosity.
Hello, little dwarfs. Nice to meet you. My name is Snow White.
We're the 7 dwarves. I'm Doc. This is Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Bashful, Sneezy, Dopey.
Snow White told the dwarfs the story of how the queen had tried to kill her and how she had escaped to the forest.
The queen She wanted to kill me. I had to escape into the forest.
Oh, poor Snow White. You have been through so much.
Don't worry, we'll protect you.
The dwarfs and Snow White lived together. They spent their time playing games, singing songs, and sharing meals together. Snow White found comfort and friendship with the 7 dwarves. They lived a simple but happy life together. A while later, the queen came before the magic mirror. She asked the magic mirror,
Now, I am the most beautiful woman in the kingdom, right?
No, Snow White is the most beautiful woman in the kingdom.
The queen was furious when she heard this, realizing that the hitman had deceived her.
That wretched hitman. This time, I'll take matters into my own hands and finish off Snow White myself. Snow White? I will not tolerate her existence.
The queen proceeded to a hidden chamber within the castle dungeons, where she opened and studied an ancient book of witchcraft.
Haha, a poison apple? This seems perfect for dealing with you. Wait, the antidote is a kiss from true love? Don't worry, no one's going to fall in love with Snow White, and no one's going to kiss a dead girl.
The queen, with an apple in hand, gently lowered it into a simmering cauldron filled with a mysterious potion. The queen regarded the toxic apple with a self-satisfied smirk.
I will found you, Snow White.
Afterward, the queen rummaged through the room, searching for various clothes and cosmetics.
Disguise is my weapon. I'll trick that little fool into eating my poisoned apple.
She disguised herself in shabby clothes and a concealing hat, using makeup to create wrinkles and age spots, rendering her features unrecognizable. The next day, rainy day, the dwarves went off to work, warning Snow White to be careful and stay safe.
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
The evil queen, disguised as an old peddler woman, ventured into the forest, searching for Snow White's hidden cottage. Meanwhile, Snow White was busy preparing a meal. Suddenly, there was a knock at the front door.
Hello? Is anybody home?
Snow White went to answer the door and saw an old woman drenched by the rain.
Hello, kind woman. You look tired. Please come in and rest.
The old woman entered the cottage to rest. Snow White welcomed her warmly and offered her water and food.
Thank you for your hospitality. Please accept this sweet and beautiful apple as a token of my gratitude.
The apple glowed magically, its shimmering surface attracting Snow White's attention.
Try it, dear.
Snow White reached out, took the apple, and sunk her teeth into it. Suddenly, everything went dark. Snow White fell to the ground. When the dwarfs approached their cottage, they noticed the door was ajar, and an unsettling darkness filled the interior. The dwarfs entered the cottage and found Snow White lying on the floor.
Snow White! Wake up!
Unfortunately, Snow White still did not wake up. The 7 dwarves, their hearts heavy with sorrow, unable to stop the tears that flowed from their eyes. Returning to the castle, the queen once again approached the magic mirror.
Magic mirror, now who is the most beautiful woman in the land?
My lady, you are.
Haha, that's good.
Next day, the dwarves carried Snow White to a forest glade, where wildflowers bloomed in abundance. The dwarfs gathered a multitude of wild flowers from the surrounding area and placed them beside Snow White. The dwarfs were filled with wonder, for Snow White's body remained warm to the touch. Her cheeks held a rosy hue, and her skin, white as snow, glowed with an unnatural radiance. She bore no resemblance to one who had passed away. At that moment, a prince journeying through the forest on horseback perceived the sound of weeping.
What happened?
Drawn by the sound of weeping, the prince emerged into the clearing and discovered Snow White.
She is beautiful. Who is she?
The dwarfs told the prince everything about Snow White. The prince was really upset when he heard this too.
Poor Snow White.
The prince approached Snow White and gave her a kiss. Suddenly, Snow White began to breathe. She opened her eyes and awakened.
Thank you for saving me.
Snow White was really happy to see the dwarfs and the prince when she woke up.
My dear Snow White, I've fallen in love with you at first sight. Would you come back to my castle and be my bride? I will protect you.
With a shy nod, Snow White indicated her willingness. Snow White farewelled to the dwarfs and departed the forest, making her way back to the castle.
Goodbye, dwarfs. Thank you for your care and protection.
The prince, hand in hand with Snow White, entered the royal palace, where they were met with enthusiastic cheers from the crowd. After a while, Queen asked the magic mirror again.
Magic mirror, now who is the most beautiful woman in the land?
My lady, the prince's bride was the fairest of them all. She is Snow White.
The queen was shocked and angry.
Snow White, why are you still alive?
The queen was very upset and fainted from anger. She never got better after that, and soon died from a serious illness caused by her own jealousy and anger. The prince and Snow White's love story culminated in a grand wedding celebration filled with joy and happiness.